are now plugged into Hooked on Sonics with Bruce and Tony Kong.
And we are live.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a very special episode of Hooked on Sonics. We have a really special guest with us, and maybe even helmet special. We're not sure yet, but with us, we've got a gentleman that has the distinction of not being in just one band that sucks. He's in two bands that suck. We are joined by Fender Staxx of Green Jellÿ, and then he's also got his...
actually, hold on.
Yeah.
I'm actually Psycho G.
Oh shit!
Fender Staxx is the other guy. It's complicated. You'll see.
You'll see.
You'll see. I'm actually the graphic designer for Green Jellÿ, and Bill Manspeaker's chauffeur, and occasional conduit for Fender Staxx.
Well, how do you drive with such short arms?
I've got long arms. Hold on.
Oh, okay. There you go. Oh yeah. And so we're going to be reviewing this week White Zombies, La Sexorcisto, sorry.
Devil Music Volume 1.
Yes.
You're welcome.
And then Green Jellÿ's Garbage Band Kids released back in 2021. So
okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. We're going to do some drink reviews.
Yeah.
And we're going to discuss what's going on.
Yeah, absolutely. So where do you want to start, Tone?
Where do I want to start? I want to start with my usual good evening.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Very excited to have our guest here on the show. It's really nice to have somebody who has some kind of insight on what's going on one of the albums we're going to review, and definitely looking forward to hearing this. This should be a very interesting time. Went to Mexico, and let me just say a few things to wrap this thing up. If you saw the international news where the Cubans were rescued by the Carnival ship, we were that ship. The whole vibe of the whole thing just kind of went to shit right after that. And Carnival, you need to step up your fucking game post-COVID fucking traveling, dude, because I'm about fucking over it. You used to be fun. It wasn't much fun this time. And
don't they know never to pick up hitchhikers?
I don't know, dude. But the other thing would be like, while we were there physically, we weren't there mentally or heart-wise, because obviously my daughter was getting ready to have our grandson, and there was some other family shit that was fucking going on. It was just a fucking mess, man. I mean, if we could have canceled the trip without losing thousands of fucking dollars, it would have been done. But at the end of the day, Kate come back with a nasty little bug. We got a lot of tequila, picked up a few bourbons, and we're in there.
No.
So
you get anything you can't get in the States?
Yeah, I picked up
a bad stomach virus.
Yeah, that's Kate, dude. 3 days. Three days she's been on the can, man, dealing with that shit, dude. It's just bad.
Exotic STDs.
Yeah.
She's downstairs going, man, fuck you guys.
Yep.
And it's just I did pick up I can't remember what the name of the bottle is, but it's a real pretty clear bottle that's circular with a stem, and in the middle of it looks like it's got a glass blue agave in it. I remember seeing that last time I went to Cozumel, and I remembered if I saw it again, I'd grab it up. I thought it was a nice bottle. It may taste like shit, who fucking knows. But other than that, man, what have you been listening to this week, Bruce?
Let's see. I had a really great weekend with celebrating record store day with Lost and Found Records there in Knoxville. Great event, tons of great bands. One of the bands I'm actually going to give you for an album review this week. So really cool shit. So
good deal.
Not nearly as fucked up as yours.
I did everything I could to listen to all the new releases that I heard this week.
Yep.
and I ended up taking in the new Bong Ripper album, Empty. Amazing. Probably one of my favorite pieces, if not my favorite piece of work by them. The new High on Fire album's absolutely fucking phenomenal. You really need to get your hands on that. I think you'd like it. The what else? What else would I listen to? I listened to a Boris album, and then I listened to the new Heavy Temple and that Born and Der Club of Gores, Black Earth. But I do want, since you brought up Record Store Day, I do want to talk about how I ended up down your way coming through for the trip. And man, I hit up a place called McKay's. I'm not super impressed with the place, overly pricey. But I did manage to pick up a classic fucking album that used to sit in my parents' collection. And I've given you this album to review.
Oh
Dr.
yeah,
Hook.
Sloppy
Dr. Hook's
Seconds.
Sloppy Seconds, man. This is a fucking great fucking album and a lot of fun for the time. It may not suit today's times, but
Suits
what
my
a hell of
time.
a fucking album, man. I also at McKay's picked up Cheech and Chong's Big Bambooey, and there is no no paper in here, man. I'm a
Man,
little bummed that the rolling paper wasn't here, but very cool,
there you
very
go.
cool, very fun album. One of my favorites by those dudes. And then Record Store Day, which I had you take a look for me, and I end up scoring this over at Magnolia's, was
Nice.
Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke soundtrack, which I am
Nice.
super fucking stoked to get the chance to listen to. And then
Can we see
I
the picture inside Big Bamboo again?
what's that?
Can we see that picture inside Big Bamboo again?
Yep, sure can, bud.
That is one beautiful gay couple right there. It's so nice they were out and proud back then.
That's right.
Hey, look, dude. If you remember, maybe you can see the scene here. But right here where they did the show and fucking Cheech was on stage in a pink tutu.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, the dun 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 dun. One of the main reasons I
Bert
buy
and
this
Ernie
fucking
vibes there. I'm telling you.
dude, it's so good stuff. Good stuff. And then Bruce, of course, I know you being a Jeff Beck fan. I haven't run across this, and the album looked like it was in pretty good condition. So Jeff Beck's blow by blow there, man.
Sweet
Went and
dude.
snagged that up for you. So when next time you get up to see me or I get down to see you, boom, I have that for you.
Excellent.
But yeah, that's basically what's been going on around here. I can't think of anything else in particular. What are you drinking tonight?
Let's see. Well, first, Fender, what have you been listening to
Oh,
this
you know what?
week
I
or
forgot
so?
to ask that.
God damn.
Dude, my head's in the game of usual show mess.
I've only been listening to my own music because I've got shows coming up and I don't know all the words.
I feel you.
To be honest.
Yeah. So when are you going out?
We play Richmond, Virginia on Friday.
Oh, home of
Sweet.
Windhand.
And then we drive Saturday, and then we play Memphis, Tennessee on Cinco de Mayo.
Nice.
So, yeah.
How many shows you got booked on this leg?
Six states and 6 dates.
6 states and 6 dates. Nice.
Yep.
You guys making it up around Ohio way?
Cincinnati.
Cincy? Okay.
And then we're playing Newport, Kentucky. Like, I don't know. Kind of a cheat on the 2 of the states there, but, you know.
What about Bogarts? Is that where you're playing, Bogarts?
No. We're playing in Kentucky.
No,
Thompson.
in Cincy.
Oh, in Cincy, we're playing in Cheviot at Legends.
Okay,
Now,
cool.
now I also understand that you're local to me as well.
What do you mean?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh yeah, I live in Columbus at the moment. What a fucking shithole.
It's and it's getting better by the day.
My God.
It's getting better by the
Oh,
day.
there's gonna be an Intel chip factory. Bullshit. They don't even have a power plant here.
Here comes the next super load.
There's no fucking way. There's no infrastructure for a goddamn chip plant. Give me a fucking break. 10 years from now, that shit still won't be built. Mark my words.
But they'll have half a road done. So that's
No, they're
progress.
just trying to hype people up. So a bunch of people move over there. So they have to put in a water treatment and a fucking power plant. And then they can make the power plant, or they will make the power plant to make chip plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all hustle. I work in sales. Don't bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh shit.
Fender, you should have been around Columbus when they were getting the casino passed.
Yeah.
That's smoke and mirrors
That
right
was
there,
a
baby.
shit show itself too.
You know,
Here-
I give Ohio a lot of shit, but you know what? I don't know. You know the great thing about fucking Columbus?
What's
Not
that?
one goddamn thing.
Come on, you know we got good pizza.
No. Everybody shitty pizza and hot wings, and that's all there is to order. Fucking terrible. Absolutely the worst.
I love this.
When they
Oh,
tore down Alrosa Villa, there was nothing left. They may as well have just fucking torched the town.
Hell yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't
Sorry.
disagree with you there. My buddy Tony Rossetti painted the rock, and they still ain't been able to get it to him.
Fuck.
Mm,
Fucked up.
yeah. Well,
Oh, well.
Fender, what you drinking tonight?
Oh, I've got lots of shit. You know, I probably ought to maybe get into costume though.
Okay.
So
Well,
give me 1 second here.
Sure. Tony, what are you drinking, my friend?
Well, Bruce, as you know, we have been going through the stack of handshakes that is on my shelf, and a good buddy of mine, actually, very close friend of mine, who's getting ready to take a leave to Florida to go actually help a buddy out who's in a tough way. He shared this with me probably about a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
But this is a Weller double oaked store pick. And I remember liking this a lot, and I'm glad I get the chance to review this. I can't tell you what the store was and who picked the barrels, but I can tell you that I remember this being very sweet on the lips, a little bit of burn. It wasn't a good sip off the first one, man. I took in a little too much. A little bit of burn, but this thing is really really nice. Give me a second. Clean that palate. Definitely double oak char barrel smell. Definitely smooth though, man. Even though that was a bit of a rough sip, still very smooth. Little bite off the back end, a little bit of heat. I do like it, man. Very silky. Nice legs on that. If you can see that on the top of the glass there, those legs. I really like it, man. 4.25.
4.25. All right.
Solid.
Not too bad. And what was that again?
Weller double, or no, I'm sorry. Woodford double oak store pick.
Okay. I think I've got me some of that as well.
Dude, those are nice, man.
Mhm.
They're very, very nice. A little hot, just a little hot, but nothing too overbearing.
Yeah. Well, mine is the complete opposite of that. Mine is cool, refreshing, and damn tasty. I believe I had this on the show before, but it's getting warmer out and I freaking love it. By Stone, the Buena Vesa Salt and Lime Lager with the kick-ass cans.
Now you know damn good and well how
Mhm.
much I love that brewery.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely, it broke my heart that Richmond was the one that was able to get them and we didn't get them on the East Coast.
Wow. How
We
far
were-
is Richmond? 7
Uh,
hours?
yeah, but here's the thing. Kate and I go down there every so often to visit some of her friends that she lived around with and shit down there and hung out with and shit.
Mhm.
So we're always welcome down there. We go get a hotel room, hang out with these people for the weekend and shit. And Stone Brewing Company is down there, and I'll tell you what, dude, fucking cool brewery. Very, very fucking cool brewery. Really cool that you can get certain things only from there.
Mhm.
I think I may have even given you a keychain, haven't I? A Stone
No.
keychain?
Nope.
If I have an extra one laying around somewhere, I'll have to give it to you.
Okay. But yeah, this thing, light and refreshing. I think it's only like a, what is it, 4.7 alcohol. So
No,
super,
those are good. I've
super
had them.
easy.
Those are
Yeah.
good. I've had them.
Yeah. So,
Um,
you know what? Um, I give this a 5. I mean, it it's just
It's
a
a
damn
banger.
good beer. It's a banger, and the fucking presentation's kick ass.
Yeah. I love Stone, dude. There's very few misses from Stone. You know who else I like that the very few misses for me is Rheingeist out in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
like
had that.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I had that jungle, that Bengals lager that they had, Wildcat lager or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. Good
Yep.
stuff. And
Yep.
like Great Lakes Brewing Company, another one here in the Ohio region. I like a lot of their beers, man, but some are some misses. You know, I remember I went to see Reverend Horton Heat, man, and got tanked on nothing but pints of that freaking Elliot Ness.
Oh, okay.
Oh, tanked, dude. I walked in there and I was ready to break my own legs dancing. Let's see
And he's back.
Yeah, I'm not such a fan of those breweries. I like the really sweet barrel aged stouts like Jackie O's or what's the other one? Prairie or Arche, you know,
Okay.
recreational, like amusement park beer. I don't know. So anyway, what I'm drinking tonight is Night Train Express. I don't know if you remember the Guns N' Roses song, but this is the best shit. Can't hardly find it anymore. I think they quit making it.
Nice.
Wow.
You ever have Night Train?
No,
have
never even
not.
heard of it.
This shit does crazy things. Hold on, I'll have some. Hold on.
Go, go.
Fuck! That is the good shit. Fuck! Oh! Now I'm drinking a Fender Staxx shot. You know a Fender Staxx shot?
Let's hear it.
Well,
better to show you.
okay.
If I've got it, I'll make it here at home. Oh, I do have that. I do not have the Crow, but I have.
So it's
plenty of
Old
bourbon.
Crow bourbon and Jägermeister, half and half, double shot.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Get it in.
You will fuck a fat girl.
That's probably what makes your hair like that.
Dude, this shit will put your hair on end.
Is that what caused you to write Chubby Chaser?
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
I didn't even like chubby girls, so I started Fender Stack shots. So give me that rum. The other thing I'm drinking tonight is the best spiced rum on earth.
Now you're
Echo.
speaking my language.
Wait, Echo. Have you had Echo spiced rum? You're in Columbus.
No.
I
You
cannot
have
say
not?
that I have. No. I like rum, but I'm just not a big spiced rum guy.
No, but this is different shit. This is not your Captain Morgan and Kraken and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So you gotta moderation is the key. So be careful with alcohol, kids. You don't want to overdo it. So anyway,
He drinks rum like I do.
fuck. Fender Staxx has no idea what was going on. Psycho was going on and on and on about some shit. So you probably don't even know who Fender Staxx is, do you? Jesus. I am. Oh, that's a stick. I'm a echo of a signal of pure evil from another dimension that fucking inhabits Psycho's body when he fucking drinks or does cocaine. God damn it, he drank all the fucking. Maybe I drank all that. I don't know. Fuck. So anyway, rum. Stolen rum.
Yes, I love that shit. That's
Stolen
smoke.
cigarettes and coffee rum. The best shit on earth. How about Papa's Pilar?
Yep.
Hey,
Where's my 1738? I'm a big cognac guy too.
Mm.
that's one of the ones I can't drink, man. That and gin, not my favorite.
Why?
They're just not my favorite. I'm a bourbon, rum, and tequila guy.
So here's my yuck.
Nice.
But you are drinking some interesting rums.
Yeah, that's stolen. I think is based out of Florida, and man, that's some good shit.
I can't find it here. I can't find it. Fucking Ohio. Fuck Ohio.
I found it once in Knoxville, and that's it.
Man, I've looked for that shit in Kentucky. I've looked for it in fucking Indiana. I've looked for it in Ohio. You can't get it in Ohio as far as I understand.
Yeah.
So
Where'd you end up picking that bottle from?
California,
Okay.
Los Angeles,
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles,
Sweet.
Los Angeles. So anyway, what were we talking about? Drinking. Oh, here we go.
Nice. 1738.
So, wait, I was supposed to be in the bottle, not my face. What the fuck is going on? So anyway, 1738. So if you don't know anything about cognac, you start with the really low end cognac like VS, and then it gets more expensive as you go up. But initially, you're paying for quality, and then eventually, you're paying for rarity. 1738 is in the Remy Martin line where you peak out at quality, and then after this, you start paying for rarity.
Mm.
So from here, you go to XO and, you know, all the old aged shit and, you know, Louis the 13th and all the crazy high end shit. But
Yeah.
this is right here where you peak at paying for quality at about $60. This is as good as it actually gets. And beyond that, you just start getting more rare and more aged and more tricky and more smoky or more, you know, more woody, more
Gotcha.
notes. But you know, that's legitimately the best bottle of cognac you can buy for the money.
Nice. I'll have to
Um,
I have to remember to put that on the shelf for my cognac drinkers.
Yeah, in my opinion, Hennessy is not as good because you have to buy up a level. So like their VSOP is really more like a VS. The VS is paint thinner, I think. And you know, like the XO is more akin to 1738. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like you're having to buy too high up in the line to get the quality. So
Gotcha.
sucks.
That makes
So,
sense.
Cavassier is good shit. Solid. Martell is good. Blue Swift is good if you like bourbon, because Blue Swift is a cognac that's aged in bourbon barrels. So I'm an expert at liquor, pussy liquor, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Excellent.
In that order?
So do you drink bourbon at all?
I don't like bourbon. I'm not a
bourbon
big
fan.
corn guy.
Okay.
So
what about weeded bourbons?
They're okay. I mean, I can drink rye. I can drink like whiskey as a whole is just not really my jam.
No
I'd much
tequila?
rather have rums or bourbons or gins, like Heyman's Old Tom gin. You ever had that?
Can't say I have.
Fuck. I don't know, dude. Like I have particular tastes because I'm from another dimension.
Of course. That makes
Shit
sense.
is falling. Shit. All right. The Yuck spaceship has attacked me, and I don't know what's going on. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
Let's see, rockin' old pumpkin. No. Yeah.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Staxx, cheers.
Salute.
All right. Well, I think what we should do is, Bruce, let's go ahead and let you review La Sexorcisto.
Yeah,
That
let's
way
all talk about that.
We can
Yeah.
spend some time on the garbage man kids, since we have Staxx here to kind of validate and talk about some of those tracks and the process of what went on with all that.
Yeah.
I definitely want to fill that space up with that. Can we I understand you have a frame of reference and a bit of a fan of the White Zombie as well.
Oh yeah, I'm a big White Zombie fan. Not so much of a Rob Zombie fan.
Same fucking
Zombie,
here, man.
White Zombie was fucking top notch, and I blame Sherry Moon.
Fucking the Yoko of metal.
I'm telling you, like because Rob was fucking around with Shania Salt back in the day, and then he met fucking Sherry Moon. And then like that led to the demise of White Zombie because he used to fuck the bass player, and women are jealous. You know, fucking women always say that men are jealous and insecure and shit. Well, I got news for you, boys. Fucking a lot of women, not all women, I'm not going to make blanket statements, but a lot of women are extremely upset if you are touring around the country with a chick you used to have your dick in. I don't know why. It's a fucking thing. I don't know.
I think it's a bit of an overreaction.
He just borrowed it. He gave it right back. I mean, it's not like he kept it. I mean, fuck.
He said
So
here.
anyway, it's about that time for a candy cigarette.
Ooh.
First class, son. Only
Filterless.
the finest. So anyway, candy cigarettes. It's a fucking thing. I don't know. You might not be into it. Some of you kids grew up. Well, I never did.
Yeah, we just grew out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, I guess I'll start the thing here for La Sexorcisto.
Devil Music Volume 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
First one was Welcome to Planet Motherfucker and Psychoholic Slag. Fucking phenomenal intro.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal
Set the tone
intro.
for the whole album.
Yes. And
Absolutely.
it set the tone for their whole career. I mean,
Yep.
There was nothing else like this when it came out.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
It's got hints of shit that was there before, but man, this was a completely different ball game.
Yeah, and even though that wasn't their huge fucking hit, they did release a fucking music video for that and shit. It was an actual release. It was actually a single.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, if you watch Beavis and Butthead,
Yeah.
you'll actually see them watching the video for Welcome to Planet MF. So
Yeah. No, I remember that's how I first got turned on to White Zombies, watching Beavis and Butthead when they were watching Thunderkiss 65.
yeah, a lot of bands got their start from Beavis and Butthead. Fucking
Yeah.
Guar. I mean, they didn't get their
that's right.
Guar was fucking already going.
Yeah.
But really, Beavis and Butthead gave them mega national attention by basically being Beavis and Butthead's favorite band.
Yeah.
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 Brocky, rest in peace, man.
Oh, indeed. I'm fortunate and blessed to have gotten to see them before he passed.
Did you?
Phenomenal show. And I got to see them after he passed. And I will say Blothar does a good job, but he's not Dave, man.
He does, man, but it's a different band.
It is.
If you are a original Guar fan, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. There is a Guar tribute band named Fwar, Fwar, out of Jackson, Michigan, that brings that shit like the old days. I'm talking about they've got a 15-foot mechanical Gorgor that attacks the goddamn crowd.
Nice.
5-piece, full fucking costume. So they are the ones that helped Fender Staxx and the supervillains make costumes. Now, not this one. Not this costume. My original costume was foam and duct tape and old punk rock puppet style. Like that shit. Like that shit. Like this shit. Well, you can't even see that. It fell down. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My original shit was foam and duct tape. And then I got Cleve Hall. Made costumes for Kiss and Alice Cooper and did props for ICP and did the monster dog for the Sandlot. You remember the monster dog on the other side of the fence that they all picked and fucked up? So he did the special effects for that. He was Godzilla in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. He did a lot of shit. B-movie horror shit. Just fun shit. Look up Cleve Hall. He had a TV show on Sci-Fi Channel called Monster Man.
Okay.
And anyway, him and Johnny Psycho from the Monster Man show helped make the Fender Staxx costume. But
Nice.
back in the day, going full circle back to the Guar conversation, originally Bill and Green Jello guys were making shit out of couch cushions and paper mache with chicken wire and all this kind of dangerous shit. And fucking it was Guar that really showed them how to make shit out of foam. So like Green Jello Guar connection goes way back. So even though Beavis and Butthead didn't really launch didn't launch Green Jello, they kind of gave more national attention to Guar, which in helped kind of pave the way for Green Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyway,
Well, dude, I mean,
Rocky was a god.
let's I mean, it's hard not to discuss the fact that, you know, the Three Little Pigs video was in constant rotation on MTV, man.
That
Like,
is the
just-
song everybody hated.
Yeah, and it's just constant fucking rotation. And I'll be honest with you, no bones about it, no bullshitting. My band at several times covered that song because it was just that song, man. You could get the crowd to go, "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," and they'd love it, dude. And it's that crowd participation that I think Green Jello still to this day brings, unlike anybody else. You know, watching.
Okay,
what
before we
Bruce-
talk too much more, let me just clear the air. Green Jello fucking sucks, dude. Like, seriously, like White Zombie's so much better than Green Jello. Like, all jokes aside, although I will equate White Zombie to like slashing the Mona Lisa with the razor blade. Because again, they took like they were peaking and then they broke up
Yeah.
because stupid shit.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, if you think back, La Sexorcisto hit like a fucking atom bomb.
But no, it didn't. Because at the end of the day, and this is something I wanted to talk to you about in regards to this. When I first heard La Sexorcisto, it was on Z-Rock. And I remember like you just shit that burns in your fucking brain. I remember hearing, in this hour, we've got Pantera, Rage Against the Machine, and fucking White Zombie. And I had never heard Rage Against the Machine and White Zombie before that. And let me fucking tell you, I knew right then and there after I heard both those fucking bands, they were going to be fucking huge. However, I wouldn't hear anything about fucking White Zombie for months until fucking Beavis and Butthead picked it up and went apeshit with it. And then that album just took the fuck off. It was the album. It was the album for that summer and the whole following summer after.
Yep. Yep. Thunder Kiss was like Three Little Pigs. It just wouldn't go away.
Yeah.
Oh, but dude,
and Thunder Kiss still it still fucking hits.
It still rips, man. But let's talk about the song that's after that, dude.
Fucking Black Sunshine.
Ooh, fuck, man. Gripping the wheel, his knuckles went white. Dude, that's brutal, man.
A little help from Iggy Pop there.
So, dude, I loved it, dude. That's probably my favorite track on the whole fucking album. I love the whole fucking album.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when that was on? I can't remember if it was Guitar Hero or Rock Band.
It was on one.
I think it was Guitar Hero.
Nerd alert. Nerd alert.
Look, there he is. There he is. Nerd.
Sorry.
So one of the things about that is fucking like I don't know, like Black Sunshine really did come out. Oh no, hold on.
What'd you do?
So sorry about that. I don't know. Like sometimes the signal from another dimension gets interrupted.
It does that.
And sometimes I fade out and fade back in. Why? What did it look like to you guys? I saw stars.
Literally, like you faded in and out.
Yes.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Hell yeah. But yeah, fucking Black Sunshine, absolute classic. Not enough fucking great things to throw on that song.
Yeah, dude, like that little intro, like just playing on the fucking strings to make it sound like the fucking car on the highway.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. What do you guys think about Soul Crusher?
Line. What?
Oh no, yeah, the bass line in that. Sean was she's such an underrated fucking bass player.
I am so pissed that she is not with somebody and doing well. Why has nobody picked her up? Why has nobody picked her up? She's a phenomenal bass player.
I wonder if she just doesn't want to play.
Dude, she's had other projects. She actually ended up playing with the Cramps for a little bit.
Huh.
Well, I will be the first to say it. Okay, fine. I will put Sean to work. Call me, Sean. Fucking play bass and Fender Staxx. We will suck and be terrible. Like, I will exploit the talent and then put out bad music.
That's right. You heard it here first, Hooked on Sonics.
Yep.
I love it.
Just like Smashing Pumpkins got a guitarist that's way too good for their band.
Yes.
Billy Corgan.
Is the greatest time of my life.
Hey, come on, guys. Come on. Siamese Dream's a classic fucking album.
Uncle Fester, retire. Fuck. You look like a roll-on deodorant. Jesus
What's
Christ.
sad, though, is he actually looked better with no hair than that weird shit he had.
I don't know. He's a fucking psychopath. Trust me, he's killed people. Like, I promise. He's fucking a psychopath. He is they're going to find bodies in crawl space eventually. I'm telling you. Something's not right there. You can just, the hair stands up on the back of your head. You hear him talk. You're like, I don't know about this guy. fucking sexual predator vibes. I don't know.
Has anyone
You
checked
heard
the
it here
registry?
first, kids. Hollywood and fucking Seattle and fucking Chicago and all the fucking music scene, preying on underage girls, being fucking creepy.
Someone check a registry somewhere. Come on. What are we
Jesus
doing?
Lord, somebody help me. Somebody
He
help
walks
me.
in the Victoria's Secret store and they're like, "It's him. I'm telling you, it's him." They're looking at the registry of sex offenders. Like, no. It's like, nope, you're girls. You're safe. Don't worry. If you were a Catholic schoolboy, watch out. But Billy Corgan watches this podcast like, what the fuck, man? I'm suing Green Jello.
Fucking assholes.
Join the
Yeah.
club, motherfucker.
Oh my goodness.
Oh shit.
So where we at? You said Soul Crusher.
Yeah, we're on the Soul Crusher. What do you guys remember about that song?
Dude, I love the whole album. You can't tell me there's a bad song on the album personally for me.
So can I be honest? There is no such thing other than what, like Thunder Kiss 65 and Black Sunshine. Those are actual songs. But honestly, I think that this album is meant to be listened to as an album, as an experience. You can cut a little piece of it and you can release a snippet of Moonwalker as fucking Smooth Criminal. But realistically, it's better to be viewed as Moonwalker. It is actually first song to end song is the way that this is intended to be listened to. And fucking bands today don't understand albums. They want to release fucking 3 singles a year and fucking masturbate to fucking Spotify like views. Fuck off. Put out an album.
I completely agree.
This is an album front to back for me, Bruce. When I told you,
it's
like,
a cohesive album.
I've given you an album that if you said you're stranded on a desert island with your top 100 albums, this would fit in my top 10 easily.
This would fit in my top 10 easily. This is probably in my top 3.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. That's a dinger right there to say in your top 3.
Bruce said we're going to review the first White Zombie album. I'm like, which one?
Yeah. And I was like, oh shit.
You got the first EP, then you got their first indie LP, and then you got this.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to Make Them Die Slowly, it is honestly kind of painful. And the only thing that really changed between Make Them Die Slowly and this album, they changed lead guitarists. And that's all it took. It like synergized. Listen to Make Them Die Slowly. It's their first LP. It's a indie LP. Look at all the fucking lipstick on look at all the lipstick on my fucking candy cigarette. What a fucking anyway.
That's hot.
So Make Them Die Slowly, like the slowest pace. I know that they're probably going for like Doom, just chun, 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 chun. But it's actually like it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good Doom. It's just
yeah, it's like it was missing something. There was something obviously missing on Make Them Die Slowly. Now, if you listen to all their albums as a whole, you can see them go up and down. And I don't know exactly what changed between the releases. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. So their first one is Gods on Voodoo EP. Wait, Gods on Voodoo Moon EP from 85. And it sounds like old Misfits fucking recorded in a goddamn, basement, like not good sound quality. They did put out a pretty good cover of God of Thunder. But Make Them Die Slowly is rough. I'm just saying, if you have a chance to get the White Zombie box set, I would recommend it. But there's two of them because the record label put out one without Rob's permission, and I think it came from New York, and then
Yeah.
Rob didn't like that because
I remember that release. It came from New York release. Yep.
right, but Rob, for whatever reason, took offense to it and then put it out again himself as something else. I hate to tell you this. I bought It Came from New York because I was so excited to see something coming out from White Zombie.
Yeah.
And honestly, the God of Thunder EP, it's really more of a maxi single. It's like 3 songs, but that was wedged in between Make Them Die Slowly and Sexorcisto. And honestly, that is the first time you actually really hear White Zombie. So if you don't have that, get it.
Okay.
You can find it on Amazon Music, iTunes, whatever the fuck. Just get those 3 tracks. To be honest with you, the Gods on Voodoo Moon and all that shit, it's formative. And if you're a super fan, that's fine. But I'd skip it. I'd skip everything from Make Them Die Slowly and before and start with Gods and then get Los Sexorcisto because it really became a different band.
Okay.
And you know, I would agree with him because I've heard those earlier cuts and seen how it grew into what it did. I don't know as much as the guitar player being changed from that point to that point, but I also know that there was, you know, some small changes in members and whatnot. And I could tell you, I remember being lucky enough to hear him a little bit before everybody else and going, man, this is going to be fucking huge. And then wondering where the fuck were they? Why hadn't I heard anything? And then a few months later, fucking Beavis and Butthead would just fucking send that shit fucking going through the
It's the
fucking
same
rails,
shit.
dude.
Before it was power metal, and then it was Cowboys from Hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, like, it was worlds apart.
Yeah.
It was worlds apart. Like, Los Sexorcisto was 10 times better than anything that ever put out before.
Dude, the 90s would bring about some serious changes in music, and we would hear all different kind of fucking genres just start fucking exploding everywhere. And you know what I'm talking about.
Well, part of it
everybody
was
knows that.
the record company started to lose control of the narrative. Although they really still controlled the narrative by exposing the new bands, but like by the late 80s, music had gotten stagnant. And while I liked some of that shit, like Madonna and Michael Jackson and, you know, all of the mainstream bullshit had gotten like, okay, we're just waiting on Michael Jackson's next album, guys. Here's the next hits. You can count on it like clockwork. And then they took a chance on some new shit and it hit. And then they're like, what else new shit could we like dig into? And they're like, oh, this hit too. What else new shit could we dig into? And then that hit too. So, I mean, like, you got to look at like MTV was really instrumental in the music revolution of the early 90s. But again, it was the same people, just with different ideas. They weren't just pushing the established acts anymore. They started pushing the new and the unknown and the tricky and the stupid. And somehow bands like White Zombie slipped in there.
Yeah.
You know, the 60s was very similar. Because you had the old cigar chomping record executive guys that they were like, I don't know what the fuck it is. Put it out and see if it sells.
Yeah.
And then it hit. And then you got weird shit like Zappa. And that shit never should have hit, but it did. You know, Kiss. Who the fuck is going to put a bunch of Jewish guys in makeup and platform shoes and make them a stadium band?
Thank you, Bill O'Coin.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
like a lot of the guys, like sometimes, like the new and hip, cooler, like A&R guys of the mid to late '90s that were just looking for the next Tool or looking for the next Pearl Jam. This is where you got Creed.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Okay. We were better off with the old cigar chomping guys that didn't really know anything about anything, that were like, take a chance. Fuck it. You know, they've got a local following. There must be something to it. I don't understand it, but
Yeah.
just put it out there and see what fucking happens. See, that's what was different between the early '90s and the late '90s, is you had a bunch of people that had no idea what was going to hit and what wasn't. So they gave everything a chance. And then after that created a new status quo, you had slick douchebag A&R reps that were looking for something to duplicate the success that had already been proven. And we fell back into the fucking laps of the late '80s, where if Def Leppard fucking hit, then we should sign Whitesnake.
Yeah. Yeah.
You dig?
Yeah.
It's all parallels. It's all like history repeats itself.
It's just like the formula. They've got their stadium rock song and all. Yeah, this will be good. But hold on a second. You know, we're going to get another good jam out of you, but you got to get this ballad on the radio too.
Yep.
You know, so
Fuck, rock ballads killed rock and roll, and now hip hop, wet ass pussy. Like, that's a few years ago, but just understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, the A&R reps killed rock and roll. Hey, Bruce, where's your puppy?
She's right here.
Pick her up.
Come here. Come here, Goofy.
Oh my God, what a baby!
Yeah.
What
She's
the-
a
what is
frequent guest.
Is it a what kind of dog is this?
She is a mutt. She's a pound rescue. What? I think a mix between a Boston Terrier and something else. American Bulldog, I think.
Super cute.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
I've seen her walking around in the background videos, and I was like, oh, he's got a baby.
Yeah, she's a little spoiled.
I don't let the chihuahuas up here. I've got snakes up here and shit. So
You got chihuahuas.
I've got 3 chihuahuas, 2 snakes, and a black and white Argentine Tego downstairs.
You know, I got to tell you, if shit really goes down, you can either feed the chihuahuas to the snakes or you can eat them yourself, depending on how chubby they are.
My wife can deal with the snakes, dude. Listen, I've got a lot of animals in this house, including, I forgot to mention the geckos. I will be honest with you, there are only 2 in this house I don't even fuck with, and that's the snakes. Like, I won't do it.
What kind of snakes?
My shit runs high, if you know what I mean. Like, I live up very high anxiety, and them fuckers can sense that shit. So
What kind of snakes are they?
they're both balls.
Oh, you got 2 balls.
Yeah.
Your wife keeps them in the purse, I guess.
She
Spares.
She does. She does. Oh, but I can handle the Tegu. I used to have a 3.5 foot Savannah monitor.
That's just a drink when you get older, though, right?
When you hit 40.
Or you end up at Micro Center and you buy a fucking couple cans of balls.
Oh my God.
Oh shit. Hey, speaking of monsters, next up, Cosmic Monsters Inc.
Yep, good track, solid track.
I like the Batman opening.
The thing I love about this album is that they pepper all the fucking like Night of the Living Dead tracks through it.
Yeah.
It's seriously cool. Like Thrust is my favorite track on that album. I'm sorry to skip ahead.
Yeah, let's see. I think Thrust was not my favorite one on there.
Okay, you are wrong. Fuck you.
Fuck off.
Listen to it again. That is the best track on the album, clearly. Thrust in deep, there are no limitations. Wings-shaped constellations everywhere now. If you don't like that song, you like
I
dudes.
didn't say I didn't like it.
Fine. I'm okay with it. But I'm just saying, like, there's some sphincter thrusting going on there because if you don't like thrust, you don't like pussy. If you don't like pussy, I mean, that's fine. I accept everybody.
We're inclusive here.
It's fine. Whatever,
No.
man. Push
No,
past just push past the point of resistance.
That's
You'll
right.
get through there.
Just
Make sure you
breathe.
get a lot of lube, though.
Just breathe. That's all we need to do. No, actually, for me, Black Sunshine's probably my favorite one, and then Thrust is my second favorite.
Okay. Nice recovery, man. Nice recovery.
Smart as a whip.
You
He's
know,
not wrong,
with most albums, what happens with me is if they take the best song on the album and make it a single, I get ear fatigue. So Black Sunshine and Thunder Kiss are spectacular songs. However, unless you're listening to the entire album as a whole, like, they're highlights within the album, but standalone singles will kind of burn me out.
No, I think you're right. I don't think Thrust would have made it as a single, but
no.
as the package, it fits great.
I think, dude, I agree with Staxx over here, man. Listen, this is a whole experience. This is like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's like a rock opera or anything like that, but it's like Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. You just don't listen to one or two tracks off of Dark Side, man.
Yeah,
you listen to the whole fucking album.
If you bought this album and then you fast forward to Black Sunshine, played it, and then stopped, fuck you.
Yeah,
because you missed the point.
Yeah,
you missed the whole boat.
You missed the entire point because the entire thing tells a story.
Yep.
It's about zombies and pussy and drugs and awakening.
Yeah. I mean, just the fact that where the placement of both those knuckle buster pieces are, the placement of those, it's a concept, but it's meant for the whole package. And unfortunately, I think part of the problem today is the music industry itself. You know, fucking artists, it's hard for them to fucking make any money or recoup the expenses for making a whole fucking album. So it's like,
thanks, Spotify.
Yeah. What is it? It's like 20,000 streams, and you get like $5 or something stupid. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Can I explain something to you, which you may already know, but let me explain it. Do y'all edit this afterwards?
We do not.
Well, you can edit this afterwards if you want to, but I'm going to go on a diatribe here for a moment. Is that okay?
Just
do it.
Go for it.
So this is straight from the lips of Bill Manspeaker, aka Green Jello God. Okay, so the moronic dictator, the Marshall Staxx, the originator. Like Bill Manspeaker is my inspiration. He is he's my hero, he's my best friend, and he really drives everything that I do, which is not impressive, but still.
You need better friends.
But Bill explained everything to me because he signed a record deal in 1991. And he kind of broke it all down. And where this comes from, according to Bill Manspeaker, is that the record companies immediately understood what was going on the second the CD was invented. And when the CD was invented, it introduced the concept of digital music. Now, if you owned a computer and you popped a CD into the drive, you could grab those audio files and drag and drop them to your desktop. These were WAV files. This is before MP3. However, they realized that if you drag and drop WAV files to your computer, then you could drag and drop them to a hard drive. You could drag and drop them to another CD. You drag and drop them to whatever. You could pass them to a friend if you wanted to. Do you understand? When it became a digital file instead of a physical medium. It changed the very concept of music. Because previous to that, recording an album and then transferring it to a record was a costly process. Now, when you recorded it to a tape, you could dub a tape, but there was a significant downgrade in quality, right?
Mm-hmm.
Once the CD came out, you could drag and drop it and re-record it, drag it and burn it with zero loss in fidelity, quality, or anything. The record companies understood this. So what they did was they took every album you've ever owned, Dark Side of the Moon, all the Kiss albums, anything that had ever been fucking popular, ever. And then they remastered it, digitally remastered it, and then sold it back to you again. So you had your guys that were like buying records in the 60s and 70s, and they're like, oh, you like Dark Side of the Moon, but you haven't really heard Dark Side of the Moon until you've heard it on CD. So they managed to resell every catalog again. And when they were signing bands back in the late 80s, early 90s at the premiere of the CD, they gave you a premium on CD sales to where you're going to get X amount to record the album and fucking costs, and we're going to cover touring stuff, and you're going to get this much money for every unit sold. And it was a good deal. You understand?
Yeah.
This is what created the superstars of the 90s. However, what fucked everybody was a clause in the record contracts called the Future Technology Clause. The Future Technology Clause simply stated, we are going to pay you clearly X amount on all tape sales, on all record sales, on our CD sales. Later, records fell out of that and then got added back in once they started making them again. But the Future Technology Clause basically said, we do not know what's coming in the future. So therefore, all future uses of music and music sales will be TBD, to be determined, which paved the way for Spotify paying fucking nothing. So therefore, everybody that signed a record contract in the fucking 80s, 90s, early 2000s got fucked. Once Napster and everything else, don't get me started on Metallica, but again, once all of this shit started popping off and you could easily transfer digital files, this is what led us to today.
Yeah.
This led to Tony, the demise of physical media.
Yep.
This is what led us to Spotify billionaires that pay zero to artists. Weird Al Yankovic last year, out of, I don't know, 36 million streams, you can look it up, whatever it was, got $12 from Spotify. He made a post about it, said, thanks for the sandwich.
Fuck.
What you think about that, boys?
Yeah.
So
again,
how can they? So let me ask you this, Staxx, and this is just being honest, okay? I don't have room personally for physical media. I collect what I collect that I figure very top tier stuff that I want to have the physical media for. I do a lot of purchasing through Bandcamp.
Yep.
And that's where I find a lot of the bands that I really like to listen to. That's where I picked up this the Slim Jellÿ album here recently. because it was a digital copy.
Thingy Flesh. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
A phenomenal album. It got a great review from me and obviously Bruce. So by way of comparison at Bandcamp and Spotify, what's the take there? Is it better to buy through Bandcamp?
It is. Now, there's been some concern that Bandcamp could go away as it stands now.
I've heard some rumor about that, yeah.
Like honestly, Bandcamp I would say is one of the best ways in the fucked modern age to try to do it. Although I would try to say stack your purchases for Bandcamp Friday when they don't take a cut.
Interesting.
Now, as far as I'm concerned, www.fenderstaxx.bandcamp.com, write that down. Bandcamp will take a percentage of 0 in most cases because I give everything away. So all of my stuff so far has been a free download. So honestly, this is the state of the music industry. And I'm not the first person to say this, but I'll be the one that says it on your podcast. Honestly, bands can make the best income from touring if people come to shows and people support by buying merch.
Now, then you run into the issue of the venues that are now waxing on merchandise for people. What's the freaking deal with that? Why do they feel entitled to that?
Well, let me tell you something, okay? And you're probably going to expect one thing and get something else from me. Part of the problem here is that COVID changed fundamentally people's behavior because they were scared and they got used to Netflix and chill and staying at home, and cost increases have forced people to reevaluate their ability to recreationally go out and eat and drink and have a good time and go places and attend shows. And so a lot of those venues are going out. Name a good venue in Columbus, Ohio.
Newport Music Hall.
Fuck off.
Why would you say that? I grew up with that venue.
I agree with you. And that's true. And they do bring in people. And they do put on shows. And it's also Promo West.
Corporate owned.
Who can fuck off.
I get it.
But corporate or not, pieces of shit or not, pieces of shit. They're also struggling to make a living bringing and paying artists to play shows. So, therefore, when the lion is starving, if the lion eats a lion cub, without the lion, there's no more cubs. You say that's fucked up. But at the same time, some of these actions from the venues are by necessity.
Right.
Because otherwise they're having a hard time making it because fans are not going to see shows in the numbers that they needed to in order to sustain a live music venue.
Because people are still scared to go out into big crowds.
I don't know if it's scared or just got accustomed to staying home.
I don't know, man. I've been to a lot of shows, and I'll tell you, and if you've caught any of the episodes, you obviously know I'm a big doom metal guy. I go out of town for a lot of shows, man. I end up in a place up in Cleveland called the Grog Shop an awful lot because a lot of the bands up there that are playing up there. I dig, you know what I mean? But they don't come through Columbus that often. Like when Bongzilla came through, I think somebody had mentioned it had been 16 years since they had played Columbus.
You know why they don't come to Columbus? Columbus fucking sucks, man.
You got a point, man.
Well, I want to just point this out. Like, unless you're dealing with Promo West, nobody pays anything in Columbus.
Mm.
So let me say this. Fuck Columbus. I'm not saying it because I live here, and I'm not saying it because you live here. I'm not saying it because Bruce is from here. Nobody will pay fucking anything in this town.
Well, and here's the other thing, man, and I think it's safe to say we've both probably been doing music for a significant amount of time. The Columbus music scene is not a good scene, in my opinion.
I'm gonna pause, and I'm gonna disagree with an asterisk.
Man, let me ask you this. How many times have you been standing out, hanging out with other bands, and then one band's over in one camp over here, one band's over in one camp over here, and nobody's really associating.
Let me say this. I agree with you while disagreeing with you, Tony. And here's what I have to say about the Columbus music scene. It is dysfunctional and disjointed. There's not a lot of support for other bands within the Columbus music scene. In fact, if someone is successful, I feel like they get more hate from other bands for being successful than brotherhood and attaboys from other bands.
Hmm.
All right, so let me ask you this. In your personal opinion, who do you think in the Columbus area, music-wise, no matter what the situation is doing well?
I don't think anybody in the Columbus, Ohio music scene is doing well.
What do you think?
Because you've got a minimalist fan base.
What do you think about the fellas from Sanguisugabog?
I don't have an opinion, man.
They're killing it in the death metal realm, man. Like
there's a lot of good death metal. There's a lot of good doom metal. There's a lot of good stoner metal. Now, where's the problem with that? There's not a lot of fucking support locally.
Yeah, you got a point, man.
So Columbus, Ohio, as a scene, has a lot of really good bands.
And they do.
That play to the other band's girlfriends.
And that's a fact. And that's a fact.
And the problem with Columbus, Ohio is that people don't get away from the fucking Buckeye games and go to a fucking show. They don't get off their ass and go. Now, you can blame this on the decline of metal as a genre. You can blame this on a lack of local band support in general. But the truth is that a lot of the 20-year-olds are not into doom metal.
Yeah. No, not in the least.
So again, do you change with the times or do you keep it real?
I make music that makes me happy.
I make music that no one likes. But it's funny. And it's fun.
Right.
And it's not really about the music. It's about having a good time, and it's about putting on a good show.
Does it make you happy?
It's about having a laugh. It's about going out and being like, man, I really had a fucking good time tonight. I'm glad I didn't stay home and watch Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But that's what you're battling. You're battling the PlayStation 5. You're battling fucking Netflix. You're battling fucking people had a $400 fucking grocery bill to pay to feed a family of 5 this time. Like, I've toured across the country, and I've got to say, it's fucked up out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And, part of what I was going to say is I think a big reason why concert attendance is down is some of these prices are fucking ridiculous.
Oh, they're out of hand. Way out of hand.
tell you what, let's have another mega concert. Let's have another corporate concert with Foo Fighters and fucking whoever headline. Let's charge fucking $200 to fill fucking stadium.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And to be honest with you, I should shit on it. But to be honest with you, a lot of these stadium shows, the incarcerations and the fucking, the Sonic Temples are one of the only things that's getting people off their ass and going to a fucking show.
Yep. But it's that that diminishing disposable income that a lot of people are feeling. It's like, okay, well, here's my shot. Here's my one chance. I'm going to spend $300.
They got payment plans on these tickets, guys. They got fucking payment plans on these tickets. Here, put your $20 down now, and that reserves your right. And then for up until the time of the show, please make sure you're dropping an additional $60 fucking every 2 weeks.
Fuck, man.
Dude, it's ridiculous, man.
Whereas on the contrast, for $20, you could go see Green Jellÿ live.
Yes.
And have a good time.
And then at the end, you'll be like, what am I doing with my life?
I know I did.
What am I doing with my life? What brought me to this point? They had one hit in 1993, man. Oh fuck.
I
Rob,
love it.
Get White Zombie back together. Can we all agree on that, please?
Yes. I'd pay good money for that.
Stop making bad horror movie remakes and just fucking band back together.
I would pay as much good money to go see that live as I would to see the Talking Heads reunited live. And you know how I feel about the Heads, Bruce.
Yeah, that's
the Talking Heads, like My House and all this shit.
Burning down the house.
Yeah, burning down the house. That's it.
Yeah. My house was a completely different thing that's not nearly as fun.
Burning down the house. Yeah, I remember. I remember house in there. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
You may find yourself living in a shotgun shack.
And you may find yourself.
They're just weird enough to fall on my radar, but that's not usually my type of music.
Yeah. It's a good time. That Stop Making Sense album, that live concert's fucking
amazing.
And it's not my main wheelhouse either, but I was like, God damn, that's fun.
Dude, it's a huge guilty pleasure for me, dude. Huge.
Are you a big Tubes fan then, or no?
I am not a Tubes fan.
Like the old Tubes before they hit mainstream?
I am not. I'm not.
You should probably look into that, dude. Like, their shows in like late 70s, early 80s were fucking bananas.
Nice.
Something to inspire you before their 80s sellout hits, but I don't know. Like, I like Gonzo acts, so
yeah.
I'm gonna step away 2 seconds, guys. Bruce, wrap up that review and we can get started on this next review.
Sweet.
This thing's off the rails. I love it.
Yeah.
I think we should just do the entire hour on our 2 hours on White Zombie because there's nothing really else to.
Because Green Jellÿ sucks.
So he totally, he's realizing his purpose in life is actually being like a beer filter or where your alcohol money goes, boys, is down the toilet.
That's right. No, I mean, ultimately, I love this album. It's not my favorite White Zombie album. I think Astro Creep is sonically better, and that's the one I gravitate to the most.
I think you are dead wrong, and I would stab you in the heart if I could.
That's why I moved to East Tennessee just in case that happened.
I gotcha. It's fine.
The Astro Creep?
Astro Creep is fine, except for some reason, like Rob Zombie really focused on the head and wanting to reference this is Electric Head, they don't hit, yeah. Fuck man, if you were side, man, fuck I love you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like I felt like they went too far. They kind of got a taste of success and tried to take it next level without putting their heart in it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. For me, when I listen to these two albums, back to back, sonically, I just love Astro Creep better.
Can
It
I
seems fuller.
qualify this statement? I feel like Astro Creep was a transitional album between La Sexorcisto and what would have been their ultimate album. And here's why I say that. Listen to the non-album tracks between Astro Creep and Rob Zombie's first album. I'm talking about I Am Hell. I'm talking about like any of their soundtrack stuff.
Yeah.
Anything that they put out after Astro Creep. Every single non-album track they put out after Astro Creep was better and better and better until Howard Stern's Private Parts, where Rob Zombie went solo.
Yeah.
And then it was rubbery dick from that point forward.
I'd agree with you.
So I'm going to reference, hold on, real quick. Let me qualify that because, again, so we've got the Sexorcisto. Then they put out Feed the Gods on Airheads. Then they put out Children of the Grave on Nativity in Black.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
They put out Astro Creep. Then they put out The One from Escape from LA. Then they put out I'm Your Boogeyman from The Crow. Then they put out Ratfink Suicide Tanks and Cannibal Girls on Beavis and Butthead. Then they delved into the fucking remixes. And then The Great American Nightmare, which once again heralded the beginning of the end, and Hellbilly Deluxe.
Yep.
Pretty much from that point forward, it was stripper music.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Stripper music.
Fucking stripper music. I mean, like the hot-ish goth fucking stripper, granted. She did Rob Zombie and she did fucking Marilyn Manson, and it was nice. However, sorry, I gotta get some more ice. It's time for another drink, boys. You know, if I don't keep drinking, I revert to a blue puppet.
Drink.
Fucking, how weird is that shit? You fucking log on and fucking Muppet. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck?
You know what? We self-publish and we're still gonna get canceled.
Shit. So yeah, ultimately for me, White Zombies, La Sexorcisto, gets a 9.5 for me. 9.5.
If you said stepping stone to greatness, I was gonna fucking leave the chat.
It's a solid 10 for me, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't make my top 10 without being a solid 10, dude.
So I will give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Solid 10.
I think that this album absolutely knocked it out of the fucking park. I don't think that anything, especially that they've done since, but I'm going to say that not much that has been done since has been as cohesive as a package as that album.
No.
Can I draw comparisons? Rust in Peace.
Yeah.
Rust in Peace and La Sexorcisto, beginning to end, solid fucking vision.
Yeah.
All the songs sound like they go together. All the songs sound like one leads into the next. They were mixed correctly. They were mastered to sound similar. And I'm talking about Rust in Peace, the original mix, not the fucking Randy Burns mix that they released later.
Yeah, that was not good.
original mix of fucking Rust in Peace, I would put out as possibly the best album ever. And you don't have to agree with me.
Favorite track on Rust in Peace?
Ooh,
Come on. Come
the
on.
fuck. Take No Prisoners.
Good track. Bruce?
I don't remember all the fucking tracks.
Oh,
Hold
you're
on, wait.
horrible.
All right.
You're a
Wait a
horrible
minute.
human
Bruce, I
being.
discount every opinion from you from this
God
point.
Damn it, no. No, I just
Holy
got old man
Wars,
brain.
fucking The Punishment Due, Five Magics.
I
Take
master.
Prisoners. There's so many
Five
tracks.
Magics.
I know.
Five
I
Magics.
know.
Five Magics would be my favorite.
Yep. Eradication of Earth's population loves Polaris.
Yeah.
Like ending track. I mean, fucking Dawn
Tornado
Patrol.
of Souls, Dawn Patrol.
Tornado
yep.
of Souls.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a bad song on that entire album.
That album was released, I want to say, around the same time of And Justice. And
Yeah, and Justice came out in like 88.
and that album absolutely fucking slaughtered Injustice, dude.
So that was actually the point where Megadeth overtook Metallica
Oh,
musically.
Yeah.
So Far So Good So What was a good album, but I feel like it was a little too much speedball.
favorite Megadeth album?
Rust in Peace.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, as much
And
as I love it, man, and Bruce knows why this is. Dude, killing is my business. Dave was pissed and he did that on a fucking shoestring budget, dude, and it still is one of the most fucking raw albums of its fucking infancy time, man.
I'll give you this on that, okay? Killing is my business is a 9.
Okay. I get it.
Rust in Peace is a 10. That's
all
really
day,
where
all day long.
That's really where they put everything together and refined the sound. You take the anger. You know, the good thing about Dave Mustaine is that he lets things go and he doesn't hold a grudge.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
So therefore, like, here's the thing. It's like, Killing is my business was a phone call to the girlfriend you just broke up with. Rust in Peace was a call to the same girl 5 years later after she seized and concentrated her hate and is shocked to hear from you again. How could you have the balls to call me and say you're in town and you want to hook up after you fuck my sister, you son of a bitch?
You know, when you say it quite like that, yeah, I get it.
It's concentrated hate.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was after 3 attempts to top Metallica and failed.
Yeah.
I've just got to tell you that he kicked his game way up when they went in the studio to do Rust in Peace and produced a match.
There is not a better Megadeth lineup to this day. None to this day. And
Nope,
don't
I
get
saw
me wrong. I love the Chris Poland lineup, and I love the lineup on Dystopia. Dystopia is probably one of my favorite fucking Megadeth albums in decades, man. And I think I actually gave that to you at one point last season. Phenomenal fucking album, and it still stuns me to this day that Dave can still play considering all the shit that he's been through.
Yeah, there was a point where they said he'd never play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with addiction, got to the point where he was bringing a holy man with him to take him on the fucking straight and narrow. I'm like, oh shit, this is not
right. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it got like we're blessed that Dave Mustaine is not dead and in the ground at this point right now.
Yes.
See, I feel the same way about Dave Windorf, dude. We could have lost him with Dave Windorf fucking many fucking times. And for those that don't know, that's the singer and guitar player, songwriter for Monster Magnet.
Monster Magnet. So Monster Magnet will ever have my respect for putting out a fucking song about MODOK from Marvel.
Did you know that they Stan Lee created a character, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, for Dave Windorf, and when you watch Deadpool, that character comes to life in Deadpool.
Yep. So you wouldn't assume this, but Psycho, the blue guy, is a huge comic guy.
Nice.
Now, I can access his memories as if through a dream, but it's through alcohol haze, so you got to forgive me. But like that fucking Muppet has a comic collection that's probably almost unrivaled in the state.
That's
so brutal. Bill Manspeaker tried to convince Psycho to sell his comic collection, go live in Europe for a while, and he resisted. And I don't know, like I would say maybe 150 long boxes of comics, almost. I would say probably 90% complete on Marvel from Silver Age up.
Nice.
Wow.
Fucking
so,
nice.
Like, full Spider-Man run, Amazing Fantasy to current. Avengers missing like 3 or 4 issues, mostly the very early ones. Daredevil from 2 up, still need a number 1. Got all the Iron Mans, got all the fucking, I don't know, got a lot of shit. I'll put it that way. Fucking
nice.
Like Psycho level shit. Like, why the fuck would you have this, bro? Like, seriously, this is some session shit.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. Some crazy shit.
Well, let's get to talking about that freaking Green Jellÿ album, man, because I had a lot of fun with that shit.
To, man.
Yes, we do, man. Yes, we do. Hey, look.
No, we
We're talking about White Zombie a little bit more, man.
My scale here is very simple. Very simple. I'm just going to run through this real quick. But I had Bruce had given me Green Jellÿ's Garbage Band Kids. He got to hang out with Green Jellÿ at the Knoxville show. And you got to see Thinky Flesh that night as well. Got to hang out with Slim and them, and had a wonderful time. I'm really glad you dumped this on me because I'm going to be honest with you. It's been a while since I've listened to any Green Jellÿ, and at the end of the day, I love these experiences where I go back and I listen to bands that I used to listen to when I was younger, and I feel like I'm shaking hands with an old friend again. You know,
Tony, what are you? 40?
47, brother.
Okay, you old fucker. Oh, you fuckers.
Oh,
I go to the show, but you know, I gotta take my Metamucil and fucking stay home. Hey, I'm drinking that fucking stolen rum right now. This is the bomb.
Nice.
I bet it is.
I switched to moonshine.
Somebody say the bomb.
I got another little bit left.
Late 90s shit, man.
My thoughts on this album right away that I want to throw out there are punky slash heavy metal slash almost sounds similar at times to Suicidal Tendencies, man. And there was just like some really punky style
on that album a lot. That's why.
What's that?
Luigi from Suicidal Tendencies on that album a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking sick, dude. Man, phenomenal, man. Absolutely phenomenal. I love the bass lines throughout the album. There's a really Bruce was explaining to me, and you had sent over the list. There was a lot of people that had their hands on the creation of this album, as far as getting it done, and the song production and everybody who was involved in the writing. Do you want to shed a little bit of light on that for us?
It's basically a giant compilation album. So back in the day, way back in 2016. Bill had been touring for 4 years with the franchise band version of the band, which we've actually moved kind of past now, which I'll backtrack in a second. Just understand the franchise band is basically, we have bands in Hollywood, California. We have a band in Buffalo, New York. We have a band in Philadelphia. We have a band in Cape Coral. You remember the C's. So Ape Oral, Florida. Paul Lyons, fucking rock on. We're gonna be putting out a single called Boner the Stoner. He's probably gonna get mad at me for mentioning that, but fucking that track fucking kicks ass. Paul Lyons from the Ape Oral, Florida Green Jellÿ crew. Nice. Been working on it for several years. It's been a process. It's hard to get everybody in the studio. I'll just leave it at that, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, Lazy D will be on that. Fender Staxx will be on that. Bill Manspeaker will be on that. And then, of course, the Green Jellÿ crew from Ape Oral, which is fucking a stellar lineup led by fucking Paul Lyons. Anyway, he's probably not gonna like me saying that, but you guys don't edit, so sorry, Paul. I'm drunk. What do you want, man? I've been drinking. It's Fender Staxx, motherfucker.
That's what we do.
Yeah, what do you do, man? Anyway, so fucking Boner the Stoner coming soon. AKA 3 years from now when we finally get Bill to record his part. So anyway, the franchise band started when Bill got sick of everybody whining about fucking their salad wasn't vegan, and fucking insisting on being turned up on the monitors because this is their 17th Jellÿ show in a row. And of course they need caviar and fucking 800 brown M&Ms or they won't go on stage. You know, that fucking rock star mentality that starts to fuck with people.
Yeah.
Being on the road and paying for fucking tour buses and constantly being away from home and family and all that shit started to grate on Bill. And so he kicked everybody out of the band and started again with band leaders in different cities that then recruited band members for those cities that would play 3 or 4 Jellÿ shows. And then Bill would fly out, play those shows, and fly back home. And then he'd fly out to another city and play a few shows, then fly back home. I think that Bill probably spent $600,000 on flights between like 2012 and 2020.
Wow.
Looking back, he would have never fucking done that because that's a ridiculous amount on airfare. However, Bill does not plan ahead, so therefore it was $400 at a time, so it's fine. You know what? If I spent $400 and I made $3,000, it's fine. You know what? Like, I still grossed out at $2,400, right? Or whatever. I don't do math. So anyway, neither does Bill. Or look at maps, or consider drive times, or figure anything out ahead of time, or know where he's staying, or if he's going to eat.
Figure that out in the mix.
Yeah. Bill's not a big planner. So anyway, I don't know. It's a whole fucking thing. Bill Manspeaker is a twisted genius idiot. How's he a genius idiot? You'd have to know Bill. So right now, I'm eating St. Angel cheese on a very expensive organic cracker that if you never had St. Angel, it's like butter.
Butter.
It's like butter.
Nice.
What was I saying?
So which iterations of Green Jello actually performed on Garbage Band Kids?
Most of them. So I don't know, man. Like the concept of Garbage Band Kids started off with the man, the legend, Mike Snyder, aka Frito Feet, out of the Gary, Indiana area, which is a suburb of Chicago. It's where Michael Jackson's from. It's the ghetto.
Yeah.
Mike Snyder, believe it or not, is white and not one of the Jacksons.
Huh. Let me write that down.
But they're from the same area. And Mike Snyder is a twisted genius. Oh, it's the puppy again. He's a twisted genius who talked Bill into recording new music for the first time in like 20 years. So the history of Green Jello goes like this. Started in 1981 as high school band for Bill in Buffalo, New York. Kenmore East versus Kenmore West. Played the rival school. Fucking got Jello thrown at him. Advertised as the world's worst band. Big Kiss fan. Big fan of puppets and cartoons. Merged the two. Fucking had a rotating band because Jimmy had to work that night. So Tony's going to play drums. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If you just keep a rotating roster of like 50 people, no matter what happens, you'll be able to play the show. Bill's a genius. And if you talk to him, Bill's an idiot. But he's like a moronic genius. You ever see Lancelot Link's Secret Chimp?
No.
Monkeys playing secret agents. Because
yeah. Back in the 60s
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, a stupid genius. Bill's a stupid genius. So somehow, through sheer force of will, Bill managed to make Green Jello well known in the Buffalo, New York area. Then decided to apply to be on the Gong Show in Hollywood and got accepted. Got gonged. It was planned. Wait, am I supposed to say that? Okay, it wasn't planned, but they got gonged because they're the world's worst band. And then Bill just never went home. Stayed in Hollywood. Started recruiting musicians there, including Maynard and fucking Danny from Tool. And ended up accidentally forming Tool. And accidentally getting a record deal by knowing where a record executive was going to be because one of his friends worked the record company. And he happened to stop by and talk to the guy at the right time when they were looking for shit after Nirvana broke.
Yeah.
So therefore, Bill got a record deal. And then once Bill got a record deal, they were having parties and shows at the Green Jello Loft on Hollywood Boulevard. And the celebration package or celebration party for Green Jello getting signed, Tool decided to play. And then Tool got signed. So you're welcome, Maynard James Keenan. Bill made you a millionaire. It all starts with Bill's man speaker, though. He's the original genius. He is my hero. All jokes aside, love him to death. Sometimes want to kill him. Love him to death.
So when did the process of Garbage Band Kids actually start?
When Frito Feet forced Bill to record a new song called Frito Feet.
Okay. So that was the first song recorded for this album.
It was the first song recorded for the idea of this album.
Okay.
I really give all credit to Mike Snyder for really coming up with the template and the idea for Garbage Band Kids. Because after Frito Feet got Bill recording, he didn't stop. He recorded songs with other franchise bands. Some of those franchise bands sucked and ended up not being part of Jellÿ anymore. Chaos Destroyer of the Universe comes to mind as one of those songs where the band and the Jellÿ experience didn't see eye to eye on certain things and ended up falling out of the fold. But they did put out a song with us, and it was arguably a pretty good song. But ended up, we compiled all the songs. Bill was intending to make a compilation album of all the singles that he had made with different people. So let's see. Bill made songs with the Texas franchise band. That's Chaos Destroyer of the Universe. He made a song with DJ Skull Vomit called Internet Exploder. A lot of it's available on iTunes. If you don't have it, you can download the singles for these types of things. So Internet Exploder was a fun song. Not technically a Jellÿ song. Technically, it was a DJ Skull Vomit song. He put out some songs with a Mexico City band like La Foca Ramona, which is the first Green Jellÿ song ever sung in Spanish.
Hell yeah.
He recorded Alien Abduction with a guy that I think he's in Oregon. He ended up putting out the song Alien Abduction, which is really about Bigfoot. I can't explain it, but you can look it up. Alien Abduction, Green Jellÿ. And then Puke Box, Marty the Weirdo, re-release that's not very good of Anarchy in Mexico City, which is Anarchy in the UK. Electric Harley, House of Love. Green Jellÿ Christmas was another Frito Feet release. Mike Snyder from Indiana. If you watch the video from that, you can see Sam Post Ballsack. Not sure you ever wanted to see that, but that's one of our drummers from the Midwest, and it's pretty funny.
I'm not going to ask for the timestamp.
Silence of the Sponge. Did you know that SpongeBob SquarePants is similar to Hannibal Lecter? Didn't know if you knew that, but Silence the Sponge will explain the story. Krabby Cakes is people. It's people.
I thought that was really, really, really great.
So those were all released as singles, okay, with the intention of eventually making a compilation album of those individual singles. Trumpty Dumpty is another one, which was really too political for Bill's taste. He's probably gonna be mad at me for mentioning this on the show. The problem with Trumpty Dumpty is it was irrelevant and not funny. In addition to inflammatory to people that were for or against Trump. So pissed everybody off and then really wasn't a very good punchline.
Yeah, that's a bad combo.
That's a bad combo. Thanks, Justin Harper. Oh, wait. Bleep that out because Bill will not like me mentioning his name. But anyway, my point is that one fucking fell flat.
Yeah.
Like, it's like farting in an elevator. Offended everybody, didn't impress anybody. But you should listen to it just to be a Green Jellÿ completionist. Trumpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Trumpty Dumpty, I don't know, whatever. It's stupid.
Oh shoot! So yeah, on this album,
I've been drinking. I don't know,
a little bit.
It's all
drank
good.
a lot.
Yeah,
It's all good. It's all good.
So anyway, so in 2019, Bill and I met with Cleopatra Records. I actually sent Bruce a photo of that. Bruce,
yeah,
post the picture that I sent you.
Okay.
In the broadcast right now.
Oh boy. All right, keep going.
You can make it happen, motherfucker. Don't the magic. Wait, is this live?
Yes. No.
Oh,
Live to tape.
Okay, live to tape. So post that picture. So anyway, me and Bill met with Matt, thanks to Patrick Lugo, and kind of representing Green Jellÿ as an A&R rep. And they wanted to put out a new Green Jellÿ album on the singles and all the shit that we had put out since the release of Music to Insult Your Intelligence by, which was honestly a compilation of unreleased tracks from the 333 and Serial Killer days, put out by Rotten Records in 2009, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But really, that was all old recordings from the original lineup. It wasn't really new music. But again, we've been recording new music since 2016. So in 2019, we've been doing it for 3 years. So I actually had some materials. So they're like, okay, well, turn in all of those tracks and putting out a new album. Now, spoiler alert, Green Jellÿ is not good. Kind of a one-hit wonder. The Three Little Pigs, you couldn't get away from it in 1993, and then what happened? Not much.
Yeah.
There were some songs on soundtracks. Dumb and Dumber had the Bear song.
Yep.
Son-in-Law had Electric Harley House of Love.
That's right.
The Flintstones soundtrack had Anarchy and Bedrock, but honestly, Three Little Pigs outshone everything. You ever hear of a band that got too big too fast?
Yes.
Nothing after that could ever compare to the one big hit. It's not even that Green Jellÿ was one hit wonder. It's just that one was so big that any moderate success of any other singles wouldn't really hold a candle to it. So
Yeah,
like Electric House of Love, Green Jellÿ invited Metallica to be on the video because we parodied Enter Sandman in the solo. And instead, Metallica just was a cease and desist and sued us. Thanks, Lars Ulrich.
Yeah.
Fuck you, midget with a fucking Napoleon complex. Fuck you. So Green Jellÿ had to pay Metallica. Understand this. Green Jellÿ had to pay Metallica, who at the time had more money than God, $10,000, and had to pull the video and the single from radio and MTV, which was far larger than the $10,000 that was for Electric Harley House of Love. I'll just say it. Best song Green Jellÿ ever put out. Better than Three Little Pigs. Better than anything else. Sorry.
I would agree. That is one of my favorite Green Jellÿ songs, period. Dot.
It's period and point blank the best Green Jellÿ song. No discussions will be accepted. If you disagree, you are dead wrong and fuck you. Okay?
good.
Did you write that
job,
down,
man.
Tony?
Yes. I'd like to get to this album review. I want to talk about this album.
But
And
my
there's
point
a lot of
is
good
that
stuff here, man.
we turned in all the songs that have been released as singles, plus some other ones. And as I was telling Bruce before, you think that record companies are like, oh, here's the new album from Soundgarden. This is what they had in their artistic vision. So therefore, track 1 through 12, and this is what we're going to release. Wrong. Fucking dead wrong. We turned in 14 songs, and 9 of them got rejected.
Wow.
So we turned in the album, and we got rejected. Only 5 of the 14 got accepted. And a lot of those were with an asterisk saying, we accept this with changes. So therefore, Green Jellÿ had an album deal, but then we didn't have an accepted album. So Bill, being the innovator that he is, and he is an innovator, believe it or not, twisted idiot genius. He really is. He gets it. He doesn't understand all the details or what it's going to take to make it happen, but he understands the concept. And sometimes that's enough. He put it out to the Jellÿ family. Jellÿ is not a band. Jellÿ is a collective art community. That's where Thinky Flesh comes into it. That's where Scene Loke comes into it. That's where Lazy D and Lazy Ass Destroyer comes into it. That's where Fender Staxx comes into it. That's where Johnny P comes into it. And if you don't know these things, look it up. Because I'm telling you, it is a collective of artistic people. Just like the Green Jellÿ Loft in Hollywood was a collective of artistic people that from that sprang Tool and A Perfect Circle and Rage Against the Machine and a lot of people that were important to the early 90s scene, such as, you know, people from Weezer, which one of the dudes from Weezer and one of the other dudes from another important band that I can't remember became the subject of the Tool song Hooker with a Penis.
I just learned that this morning.
So again, Bill was just in the right place at the right time with the right idea. And again, he surrounds himself with people that are creative. And because he surrounds himself with people that are creative, good things happen. But honestly, he is not necessarily the ringleader as much as he is the orchestrator of things that end up happening.
Yeah.
Again, if you get a bunch of geniuses in a room, eventually something good will happen, right?
Yep.
So again, he surrounds himself with people that are creative. And therefore, from the Green Jellÿ camp, great things come. Even though we're marketed as the shittiest band in the world. The world's worst band.
Yep.
Not really a band. It's not really take itself seriously. You dig?
Dig it.
A dig.
Absolutely.
He threw it out to the band and to the rest of the people involved in Jellÿ to submit tracks for the new album. And he opened it up to not only band members, but also fans. And so everybody had a chance to be on the new Green Jellÿ album. Now, who's going to turn that down?
Yeah, exactly.
So therefore, with that, we ended up with a ton of submissions for songs to be considered for the new album that ended up being considered, accepted, and then possibly re-recorded. There's a few of them that were considered tentatively accepted and then not recorded and didn't make the final album. But we sent in a shit ton of albums or a shit ton of songs for the album to be considered. Do you understand?
Yep.
So as soon as the 9 songs got rejected, all of the Green Jellÿ band members went into the studio and started recording demos. And then other people that we had done songs with, such as Pudge from Wisconsin, went into the studio.
Yeah.
Or submitted their existing song as a possible new track for the album. And then after it was accepted, they went back into the studio with people like Angelo Moore from Fishbone or Crash Karma. If you don't know who Crash Karma is, look them up. And Luigi from Lewicidal, a.k.a. Suicidal Tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
He actually formed his own band separate from Suicidal Tendency called Lewicidal, Luicidal. Look them up. Great shit.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, Luigi continued the legacy of Suicidal Tendencies, but then teamed up with Bill to do several of the new songs on Garbage Band Kids. So again, like, this is where Garbage Band Kids came from. It came from what was originally going to be a self-published LP of collective singles to accidentally getting a record deal, thanks to the Patrick Lugo,
Yeah.
to the studio or the record company, actually, that rejected a lot of the songs that we were going to put on the album and said, you know what? You can do better. And so then Bill Manspeaker upped the game and created Garbage Band Kids.
There we go.
So again,
Mhm.
we owe it all to Bill, but again, it's Bill probably would have been fine with the original 14 songs had the record company not rejected them.
Yeah.
But then we had done the Trailer Park Boys Park After Dark podcast, so he pulled them in to do the new version of Three Little Pigs. Then he pulled Angelo Moore, who had been doing stuff with WTF TV, and then made the new versions of Fuck It. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, Bill's got a lot of connections because he, after Green Jellÿ in the 90s, he ran Green Jellÿ Productions, which made music videos for Kiss and Marilyn Manson and programming for VH1, and they did Mr. Show and a bunch of shit. Like, Bill's way more connected than people would realize.
Yeah.
Because he's just been in Hollywood since 87.
Right. Yep.
And he networks. You know?
Yep.
I
No,
mean, Bill-
and it definitely shows because this album, I mean, it's really a great album. Tony, real quick, what's some of your favorite tracks on this album?
Dude, I got to be honest with you, man. This thing is loaded. This thing for me is loaded. Like I said, it was like hooking up with an old friend and just like Puke Box, A plus. I gave it a killer opener, riff, punky, in your face. I really like that. Silence of the Square Pants. Love all the references in that song, especially the Soylent Green references. Gave that an A plus. Punk Rock Pope. Love the riff on that, man. It doesn't stop. Like, fuck it. I gave that an A. Killer bass line. And one of the things I really want to say about that song is there's a human element there. We've all been there and said, fuck it, man. I really fucking dig that song.
That song is 100% Lazy D.
Yeah.
Great job. I mean, absolutely wonderful song. Boy Who Cried Wolf. I gave this an A. Just a fun song. Social media references, man. I absolutely love
Rage Against the Machine parody.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
Phenomenal guitar work on that.
it. Drinking Song. I gave it an A as well. Another
That
fun
is
tune.
Plethora out of Detroit. I'm playing the
Nice.
show with them next weekend.
Back Alley Dentist. Once again, an A. Love the riff. Campy, still fun. Champion.
What do you think about that dentist drill solo at the end?
That's right. I forgot. Yes.
So we would get to Champion, and Champion would be a B for me. It's a good song. Love the bass run. It's not a skippable track, but I think along with what we were talking about with like the White Zombie album, this is an album I think it pays off to listen to as a collective because there's just so much really cool things going on here sonically. 333. I gave this an A plus. This is probably my standout favorite track on the album, just because the number 3 is very dear to me, and a lot of what's going on in this song is really, really, really fucking cool.
We also had an album called 333.
Yep.
Yeah,
which is the second LP from Green Jellÿ nationally.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll have to go back and check that out. I do got to go back through you guys' catalog, man. Hey.
You're not be disappointed. It's terrible.
Hey, I gave a B. Once again, another good song, not a skippable track. Beat My Meat. I found this to be hilarious. Once again,
meat.
another great, hilarious track, not skippable, but I gave it a B. Weirdo. This was probably one of my not so favorite tracks on the album. It's still a really good song, really cool chorus going on there.
You know,
I
it
gave that a
works
B.
better with the video.
I would have to say, I would definitely
Oh,
have to
okay.
say that.
Video with that really, I feel like to get the complete experience, you have to watch a video. You can't just listen to song.
No, not a problem.
Nice.
I'll definitely go back and check that
Like
out.
Three Little Pigs.
Beat My Meat. Very, very hilarious. Once again, not skippable.
Well, Beat
but a
My
B.
Meat was heavily edited.
Oh, I'd
Now
imagine.
that is Jellÿ, aka Calderon. I don't know if he actually wants me to tell his real name, but he's a phenomenal guitarist out of Chicago. But
Okay.
he has an actual like Elvis outfit, like official, like the real shit, like the sequin jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jellÿ is a phenom. You know, he's just amazing. But the original version, one of the things that Cleopatra took a hard line on was no parodies. In fact, like I told Bruce about this,
Yeah.
I had a song that I had written, which was a parody of Hair of the Dog by Nazareth. But instead of now you're messing with the son of a bitch, it's now you're watching me fucking your bitch.
That's fucking great.
So after puke, we're supposed to have Now You're Watching Me, which was Bill's favorite song from my album. Now you're watching me, fucking you now, you're watching your bitch. So it was about cuckolding, right? So that was supposed to be the proof that we're the kings of dirty parodies.
Yeah.
But then,
That's
of
great.
course, the company said no parodies. So what are we gonna do? We claim to be the kings of filthy parodies, but then we couldn't put a filthy parody on the album because they were had already agreed to a monetary compensation for Bill, and they were afraid that either Nazareth would ask for royalties or sue them. So therefore, they wouldn't allow any parodies. Now, the original version of Beat My Meat included parody lyrics of Hotel California and Van Halen's Panama, among others. I reach down between my legs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I beat my meat.
That's
So
great.
again, there's some genius work that was on the original track of that, which I have because it was me and Bill that sifted through all of the garbage to make Garbage Band Kids.
Nice.
Now,
That,
the original version of Beat My Meat is a masterpiece, and I've talked to Craig Calderon about doing a new version of the original version that's not beholden to the record executive opinion that we shouldn't have parodies and shit on it, because really most of the Green Jello stuff of the past is even if you don't realize it necessarily, it's all parodies. You know, like Anthem is Freebird.
Yeah.
And Hardly House is Barracuda. And Three Little Pigs is Smoke on the Water. And of course, Anarchy in Bedrock is Anarchy in the UK. Bill said that he paid the Sex Pistols more money than he got for Serial Killer or the Flintstones soundtrack because he gave credit to Anarchy in the UK from the Sex Pistols for Anarchy in Bedrock, which was featured both on his album as well as the Flintstone soundtrack from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And he said had he to do it all over again, he would have just done it like he did Metallica and let him sue him.
Yeah.
And he would have more money.
Yeah, pretty much. Wow.
Like I said, Bill's a genius, a stupid genius.
So So, Fender, for you, where does this album stack up with the rest of the Green Jello catalog?
All of them get a 1 out of 10. So it ties for 333. It ties for Music to Insult Your Intelligence by, and ties for Serial Killer, because they're all at the bottom because it's the worst shit ever put out.
I don't know that
Yeah.
I would agree with you there, but so
We're
going,
the world's worst band, and I will not accept fucking debate on this, Tony.
That's right.
listen, there is no doubt that Green Jello sucks. We get that. I know that. You guys you guys suck just as much as KMFDM does.
KMFDM sucks.
KMFDM sucks. And you know damn good and well.
Fucking we drink. We're KMFDM and all other bands stink.
I actually just got to see
I love me some
KMFDM.
KMFDM, bro.
I just got to see KMFDM in Cleveland.
Oh, good show, man.
My brother convinced me. He said, dude, they know that, he said they don't come stateside that often. We should really go see him. And I'm like, fuck, you're right, dude. I should see him before I die. So, and they were great. Phenomenal fucking show.
I would put KMFDM as probably top 10 shows to see before you die.
Oh, they're phenomenal. They're phenomenal.
Absolutely I would also put Ministry on that list. Loudest live show ever.
Within 2 weeks apart, we had Ministry here and fucking them up in fucking Cleveland.
Bill also loves Ministry. If you listen to Anarchy and Bedrock, he says, I use Ministry. He's talking about the band. He's not talking about like Jesus and shit. I use Ministry. I use Barney Rubble. I use Anarchy. In more recent years, he says, I use the power of Lard. And if you don't know what Lard is a Ministry side project.
Okay.
So again, if you haven't checked out Lard, you should listen to Lard. It sucks.
Okay.
Sweet.
So, a couple things I want to mention before we wrap up this album thing. Frito Feet, I gave an A+. This is that whole title was a kind of a real thing for me. My dad growing up had Frito Feet.
Frito Feet is a compilation of things that Bill Manspeaker has said on his Facebook feed.
Nice.
So that's real. Like that was kind of a compilation of like the last 3 or 4 years before they put that song out of things Bill had said, coming to you live.
Yeah.
You know, like got these catchphrases.
Yeah.
Fun thing about Frito Feet is it's featured Hacksaw
Jim Duggan.
Yeah, Jim Duggan.
Nice. That's fucking sweet.
So that's a throwback also to the fact that we did Bill, I say we as Green Jello, but I wasn't in the band at that time. It was Bill. But they did the Leader of the Gang with Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
So again, like the wrestling roots run pretty deep with Green Jello. In fact, we're playing the Shack up near Akron and Canton towards the end of this month, and it will feature Green Jello and wrestling.
Nice.
You should check that out if you guys are in the general vicinity. Go see the Shack show. It's toward the end of May. I don't know what it is because I don't plan ahead. You know, I'll be there.
Yeah.
But you know, I've got my whole tour between now and then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Track 14, Ballad of Green Jello. This is another top tier track for me. I
Terrible
absolutely
song.
love.
Terrible.
Let me tell you what this brought out in me. We spoke about this band earlier. This brought out The Road Behind by Guar. This is almost like fucking Green Jelly's or fucking Green Jello. God bless it. Green Jello's version of their Road Behind. This is the stamp on like this. Man, I can't even begin to like. This may be my favorite Green Jello song, dude. I really.
Fuck you. That song is awful.
I love
So,
I absolutely
artist-
love this song, man. I absolutely love this song. The
I
re-recording of,
appreciate the ass kissing, Tony, but I wrote that song, and I can
did you
tell you
really?
Yeah.
there is no
Oh man,
artistic
I
integrity
absolutely
at all.
let me fucking tell you, I absolutely love that song. So my two favorite tracks on the album for sure are 333 and the Ballad of Green Jello. The re-recording of Green Three Little Pigs was absolutely great. Magnus Arena, pretty cool. I got Bruce kind of filled me in on that. Um, but I do want to say something about that closer, man. What a fucking cool fucking closer. That that shit right there, Holy Man Back. I was just like, man, that was just like the cherry on a really freaking
So,
cool
Bruce,
album.
did you tell him about Holy Man Back or no?
Yeah, he filled me
I
in on
did.
both of those. And I gotta tell you, man, I absolutely thought, man, what a fucking cherry on top of a great album. And I just want to say, I did not have my review finalized. I am actually going to give this album a 9.25, man. This thing's absolutely fucking phenomenal. I absolutely love this album, and
I
I
can
will
say
be adding
without
it to my
context,
collection.
you have terrible taste, Tony. And this album is a 2 at best.
So Bruce, listen, Bruce
At
was telling
best.
Bruce was telling me, because I'm an old school Garbage Pail Kids fan. Bruce was telling me that the CD version is the best version of this to
Yeah.
pick up because of the cards.
Well, it has Frito Feet, which is arguably the most important track. So the thing about Frito Feet is there would not be a Garbage Band Kids without it.
Yeah.
And you can listen to the song and it might not be your favorite song, but whether you like it or not, it's the
Oh, I
most
loved it.
important song.
Yeah.
Because none of the other songs would exist if it wasn't for Frito Feet. I mean, had Frito Feet not come out, it might have been something else. But it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was Frito Feet. So I really need to emphasize that we, like, all of us in Green Jello really owe big thanks to Mike Snyder for making Bill make new music. Because honestly, that's what opened the floodgates for everything.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. And this is just being honest and being very level headed with you. This album released in what, 2021, 2022?
Yeah, it was supposed to release in 2020. We signed the album deal in 2019. And so like it was supposed to come out in 2020. But then of course there were delays because they rejected 2/3 of the album or more. So we had to go back into the studio and record a bunch of shit.
So by way of saying, like, from the time of its release, how has the album sold?
I'm not absolutely sure. I've seen on Amazon that it was in the top albums in the genre. What do they consider us? I don't know.
Right.
Was it one of the top 3 comedy albums? Was it one of the top 3 punk albums? Was it one of the top 3 metal albums? I kind of doubt it because there was Tool and there was Five Finger Death Punch and there was bands that sold albums.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like I've never really seen honest to good. I'm still drinking. Oh man, stolen rum. So I don't know. Like it's hard to say what the final actual thing was. Hold on a second.
No, for me, I give this thing an absolute 9.5.
It's a 9.25 for me. There's some tracks on there that don't really get me as much as the other ones, but they're not skippable by any means, man. It's good stuff. Hello.
It's Bill.
Oh my God, Psycho. I can't believe you're telling these people that the album was good. This is terrible. Honestly, I was just trying to make a little bit of money to get some doobie and to book a few more shows. Jesus Christ. Not important at all.
Bill, thanks for coming on to the show. I think you're just absolutely wrong. We love this album and we love you.
Thank you very much. I'm Bill Manspeaker, and this has been Green Jello. Good night.
Good night.
Fucking Bill Manspeaker. So anyway, genius, idiot, moronic dictator, or puppet master of the stars. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
he's the punk rock puppet master. You can like him, you can dislike him, but you can't really deny that Bill surrounds himself with people that bring it.
Yep.
You've got too many interesting and fun things. If you go to a Green Jello show, it's like nothing you've ever seen. I'm eating Nerds right now. I don't know if you
Nice.
remember those, but candy, cigarettes, and Nerds, buds.
Well, do us a favor. We are going to be exchanging an album for each of us for next week. And I would like it if you would give us an album to review as well, so that we can go ahead and get that over to you.
We're talking like new shit or old shit.
Whatever you want,
It
man.
doesn't matter.
As long as it's available on the interwebs to listen to, so that our fans can hear it as well. I need a pencil.
And y'all are fucking hurting me on this, but hold on, give me a second.
I'll tell you what, why don't you take a second? Me and Bruce will give each other ours. Bruce, do you want mine for next week?
Yeah.
You, sir, in honor of my snag for Record Day store, or Record Store Day,
Yeah.
you're getting Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke.
Nice.
We have not done a comedy album, like a real per se comedy stand-up type deal or soundtrack on the show, and I thought this would be a great one for you to do. I absolutely love this album. I'm hoping that it finds you well as well. It's a lot of fun. For me, it's a lot of fun. What
Nice.
do you got for me?
All right, my friend. I've got a band called The Dirty Gospel, and they're based out of Maryville, Tennessee. Phenomenal band, and their album is called Higher Ground. Yeah, they played over at Lost and Found Records. They were the headliners, and they were just fantastic.
I had a feeling you were going to give me something by these guys, because you had mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Did you pick up their album?
I did.
Good. How do you like that?
I really love this album.
Now,
do
they only have the one album?
Yes. I think there's a couple other little singles, but this is the album.
Nice.
Yep. And it's on all streaming and all YouTube and all that.
Yeah, keep in mind, guys, if you like what you see here, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below, and you'll be able to tune into what we got going on.
Yeah.
If you can't catch us on the video feed here, you will miss a lot of fun and entertaining information. But you can catch us over on all of your favorite streaming services. As soon as Mr. Staxx comes back and brings us a nice little album to review, I'm looking forward to this. Very much so. So it looks like you guys are going to get another Tri-Megasode next week.
How about that?
That is a banger. Bruce, man, this has been a long one.
Yeah.
It's been a fun one. Definitely. I love it when we have people on that can actually speak on behalf of the album and the band and whatnot. And good time.
Yeah.
Really cool stuff going on there. You got plans?
You know what? I really don't. I still gotta open up a few of the pieces I got for Record Store Day. I haven't had a chance to open them up yet. I got that Eric Carr Unfinished Business, really cool box set with the LED lights. And I still got to finish listening to my Doors 3 LP album. And then other than that, we'll see life gives us. How many lemons?
Yeah. Indeed. I'm going to shoot this last bit of shot. You going with me?
Hold on. Let me get my moonshine.
What I wouldn't give for a quart of old school Michelob.
It's nice dessert for right before bed.
It'll get you in the gotcha. My buddy Dylan says it all the time.
Yeah. Get you in the gotcha.
Get you in the gotcha.
I love it.
I think my guys are going to be excited to find out. Like ever since we got off the boat and everything that was going on the boat, I didn't know whether or not I was going to make it to practice this week. So we haven't had practice for a couple weeks now because I've been gone and shit. And
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to get back to getting some jamming done. I'm actually thinking about taking my fly rig over there and jamming, which I haven't done in a while. Usually I just go over and do all the singing parts and shit and whatnot.
Sweet. Hey, real quick, let me show you what I got.
Shoot.
I got really.
Oh, dude! I just ran across. I think that what did we get out of those 2 or 3 albums out of those guys?
2.
Yeah.
Yep. Did you run across one of these?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I think I did. I think I did over at McKay's, but I can't remember.
And then I got the second one, the Voodoo Highway. If you find that on vinyl, pick that up. Super rare and worth a lot of fucking money.
Nice.
And we're back.
So I'm going to give you one that's a couple of years old, just a couple.
Okay.
I told Bruce about my inspiration for a lot of my Fender Staxx songs is actually ZZ Top.
Okay.
So I would say, if you're going to review an album, I would say, God damn it. And I just lost it. Hold on.
I'm actually getting to go see ZZ Top in September, I think, up near Akron.
So I would say check out Billy Gibbons Hardware.
Nice.
So that's one of Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top's solo albums. It's his most recent release. I would have to say Beyond Green Jellÿ, that ZZ Top would probably be my biggest influence.
Nice.
Blues rock. I hail from originally Psycho. Hails originally from Shreveport, Louisiana. Big blues rock tinge town, you know. And ZZ's from Texas.
It makes sense.
The big influences. All their lyrics are all of their rock blues. All of their blues is rock. They can bring it. Original perverts, and Billy is the mastermind.
Nice.
So that's going to sound probably a strange review for you, but Billy Gibbons.
Nice. Thanks, man.
Perfect. Hey, I appreciate that.
Before we let you go, man, tell everyone again when the tour starts, where you're going to be and where they can find you and your music.
So we will be touring in 6 states. So we're going to be playing, let me see. Hope I can name them all. I'll be touring the Ember Music Hall in Richmond, Virginia, the High Tone Cafe in Memphis, Tennessee. So we start on May the 3rd in Richmond. We do not have a show in Saturday, which is May the 4th. I wanted to do a Knoxville show, and we just couldn't find it. That's kind of one of the happy points between Memphis and Richmond, but we couldn't find a date there. So if there's any venue owners from Knoxville, let me know.
Okay. I see what I can do.
Hit me up, and you know what? Maybe me and you should just have lunch.
Yeah, dude.
Saturday. But I'll be headed from Richmond to Memphis on Saturday. And then on the 5th, which is Cinco de Mayo, we're playing a High Tone Cafe in Memphis. And then we take a few days break on the 8th. We're playing Black Circle in Indianapolis. And then the next day we're playing Legends in kind of North Cincinnati at Legends. Nice group. Q is there. That's who does the booking there. Really cool venue, big venue, and honestly, a venue that is endangered because the venue is not especially keen upon the crowd that comes there, and I think has been trying to evacuate them from their lease. So if you come to the Legend show and try to support the venue, not just my show, but any other shows, if you're in the Cincinnati area, Legends is one of the venues that is, I would rate as endangered. And then on May the 10th, we're playing Harpo's in Detroit, which I really need help filling that venue because it is a gigantic venue. Last time Jellÿ played there, like, we brought a crowd, but the venue is so big that even a big crowd looks tiny. So anybody that's in the Detroit area, come to see us at Harpo's on the. And then on May 11th, which is Saturday in Newport, Kentucky, we're playing Thompson House. This is the Invasion tour from Venom Magazine. And playing with us will be 0 Hour and Six Serenity. I have played with 0 Hour in the past. I played with Legends with them, and they bring the fucking show. I'll say that. It's a pretty varied show between the three of us because I'm not a real musician, but they are, and they'll try to make up some of the artistic integrity, and then I will be shamelessly all show and no talent. That's what Fender Staxx brings to the show. Like, don't look for original songs or really something intuitive. I do have a really good guitarist. His name is The Great Beyond. He has previously played with first Jason, which played Jason in the first Friday the 13th. And then I've got Jason Hall from Green Jellÿ, the Midwest chapter. And then Pete Cheney is my drummer out of Dayton. And then for a few of the dates or several of the dates or most of the dates, I will have Andrew Lubering from 0 Hour playing drums with me and some of the remote dates that Pete couldn't make. But it's Fender Staxx of Green Jellÿ and the Supervillains. It's kind of a rotating cast of 13 supervillains playing live shows and mayhem, invading your dimension from another dimension. The special show will be Fender Staxx of Green Jellÿ and the Supervillains versus Plethora from Detroit. They are Captain America style superheroes as a band. They're actually the ones that recorded the drinking song on Garbage Band. We're playing in a band. We quested across the land. We're never in a funk. But that's because we're drunk. Yeah, there you go. So awesome. That band is part of Green Jellÿ and a sister band to Green Jellÿ. And that Harpo show will be a special show because it's the only show on this tour that has a affiliated sister band to Green Jellÿ and 2 Fender Staxx that will be playing with us. Nice. We had a contest to pick the opening bands from each area that we're playing. And so we have a lot of great bands opening for us. But the Detroit show at Harpo's will be a special one because we'll probably be doing a one-off special version of the drinking song with Fender Staxx on vocals. So there you go. It'll be a fun show.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you again for spending all this time with us, giving some insights, and just being fucking awesome. So we really appreciate
I tell you
sorry if I rambled on.
You're fine.
I have a bit of a drinking problem.
I would say we do too.
Check out the Super Satan show. I think I've got a button here. Can you see it? Nope.
I just see a nipple. It's kind of weird. Just kidding. Yes, there it is.
This is a Super Satan show.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Super Satan. The Super Satan show. There you go, right there.
Yeah. So
check out the Super Satan show. Fender Staxx on the Super Satan show. Just released this EP. FenderStaxx.camp.com. And you can check us out on YouTube. We've got songs like Now California Sucks and Paul Revere, which is a cover of Beastie Boys, and Chubby Chaser. This is probably not politically correct to say, But if you've never been with the big girl, you're missing out, because I'm just telling you, like, that's where it's at. It's where it's at. I'm telling you.
I love it.
You think these skinny girls have got it going on, but honestly, Sir Mix-a-Lot had the right idea there. Yep. Need
right.
for the pushing. Don't want no skinny hoe. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh shit. Well, thanks, dude. Again,
Awesome. So fucking
we really
awesome.
appreciate it. And we're going to encourage everyone to check you out on Bandcamp, Facebook, and going to see your ass live.
And
You
just be
honestly-
sure to
Because
get
it's
out
going
there.
to suck.
Or rambling and irrelevant content a little bit, guys.
No, you know what? It was great getting the insight into what makes the whole Jellÿ machine work, man. So it's
What makes the whole Jellÿ machine work is Bill Manspeaker.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody that says otherwise is mistaken. He is the punk rock pope. He's the punk rock puppeteer. He is the one that he's the catalyst to action. He's the one that makes it all happen. So
Yep.
all respect to Bill Manspeaker. He's my hero forever. And my
Absolutely. Awesome,
lived
man.
LA for years and can't wait to see him again.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right,
folks,
man.
That's
All right.
Staxx.
Oh,
I'm Tone.
rock and roll.
Wow!
And then we got Bruce.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
we'll see you guys
Bruce.
next time. We're hooked on Sonics. Have a great night.
See ya.
Hooked on
See
Sonics.
ya.
Have a great night, man.
Yeah.